You may have noticed it in your favorite artist's works, enhanced by, for example, color, shape design, and beautiful storytelling.
Do I get free V-Bucks?
This is technical support, ma'am. Epical Games Company.
I think that's a scam.
What?
You may have been forced to notice it in your For You pages on social media, enhanced by being a cringy vampire or whatever the hell this is. Name: Johannes Cujo. Age: 13. He is Jotaro's secret little brother. He was abandoned by parent and grew up in Tokyo, Japan. Stand very much like Jotaro. He's the strongest stand, faster than Star Platinum, stronger and cooler. His stand name is called Hatsune Miku. His ability is that when he looks at you, your heart stops beating and then he punches you through the chest. Likes anything that is mean to him. Songs that aren't Hatsune Miiku's songs. Ugly girls and boys, gay people and black people. Character design. In this video, I'm going to explore the secrets of building the most recognizable characters, how to imbue them with personality, and in the end, make an illustration to try and see how these concepts click together in action. Let's start with the definition. Character design is the creation of a character all the way from personality to overall visual appearance. Character design is subjective, but in my honest opinion, good character designs always lead to memorable characters. Good doesn't mean the same to everyone, but here it shows who they are and what they represent without them having to say a word. Oh, you're this kid that doesn't know what to do with his life. Good! Wear the same schoolboy outfit every day and every once in a while listen to the same song on repeat on your father's old the fuck ass Sony Walkman. Wait, you said you're a goof ass goody two shoes sponge.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
Yep, you're gonna be working fast food and have the same doofball smile no matter what happens. Now, if the visual cues are inaccurate, this leads to inconsistencies between how the character is described versus how he actually acts and is presented. For example, you wouldn't want Johannes Cujo illustrated in a Black Lives Matter protest when you clearly wanted his views to be the equal of a 13-year-old jit on Discord. Therefore, context is something also pretty important to a character. The way you write about them is what gives them their own way of living, likes and hates alike. By the way, I'm brainstorming who my character is gonna be in my favorite mood board builder, pureref. No, this video is sadly not sponsored. It's a fact that I genuinely find pureref a helpful program for building a mood board, since it allows everything a mood board builder should for a lowly price of $3.99. It has multiple upsides like you can import images and GIFs, write text for them, join the mood board and so on. But the only downside is that you have to store them on your own computer. Boo-hoo. Gladly download it from the description if you need such a tool for your character building. Alright, basically I came up with a catchy name for my character, Ore, before I even thought about who he is. I tried to replace it by looking up OC name generators on Google. The names were 10 times cornier than what I chose. Alright, let's hop on a random OC name generator. Of course he's a prince. Birth year, I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Whitlock. Duval. Sackville Bag. Ain't no way. Ain't no way there's a motherfucking vampire called Sackville Bag, bro. Sack these nuts in your bag, bro. What are these Wattpad fanfics, bro? What is this, man? My OC is not gonna be part of a yaoi, bro. That's all I know. Mamma mia. So I just went with the names I picked before. Researched a bit, and apparently he's named after a river that flows somewhere in Germany. Though it's not even in the German language. It's in fucking Czech, okay? But I don't know jack shit about Czechia, so his ass is gonna live in Germany. I also wrote about him, what his strengths are, like having long ass fucking legs, what his weaknesses are, like smoking weed and saying it's healthy for him, and his goal, which is becoming an MMA fighter professionally. With this context, I've established some boundaries on who this person is by giving him some select traits rather than giving him countless powers or abusing the shit out of his past for no reason. Now I can get onto actually creating. not only writing endless blah 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 blah
Blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah
about my character. You can always build upon your character's lore, but in the start it would take away a lot from your sketches, and in the end you're left with a tell, don't show character, the opposite of which we are going for. This stage is where the greats thrive, and they create a character that becomes recognizable only by their color patterns or even silhouette. They take character design to its finest, most basic levels. First things first, shape design. I decided to sketch my character as an average human but stylized, leaving the shape design to speak up in his hair and body proportions. I made him tall, lanky, and I picked a handy reference with spiky hair. That is because triangles often signify speed and energy, and tall tropes in design often point to shy, agile people, both of which are traits which I'm looking for in Ore. For color, I will pick a more obvious red or warm palette in the illustration, again to show that he's an unpredictable piece of shit and he's just chaotic as shit. I feel like I've already established a solid personality for my character. I found a couple good, memorable quirks for him and established a juicy silhouette and color palette. Now, here's the sauce itself. What keeps you remembering the same beloved characters again and again. For Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, it's his relentless search for revenge, which abruptly turns into a search for peace instead. For Simon from Gurren Lagann, it's his self-doubt turning into self-belief as his life keeps throwing challenges after challenges at him.
Listen, Simone, don't believe in yourself. Huh? Believe in me. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you.
What's that?
If you might still be clueless to what I'm talking about, it's character development. With character design specifically, there are tons of things you can do to show how a character is at a specific point in time, including but not limited to clothing, bodily features, and poses. Character development is never a straight line. It's exploring the depth and complexity of a character after establishing a few boundaries in the beginning. The way I'm developing is through a couple small illustrations and sketches at first, and then creating a more thorough illustration at last to wrap it all up and sum my current vision for Ore into one single drawing. What I loved most is opening the universe of ideas up for my character. The core leads to other stars, and the other stars, they meet each other and create a beautiful night sky to look at. You know, yeah, maybe I'm yapping tons, but actually this is how I describe it for real. At first, I had no fucking idea of who this person is gonna be, how they're gonna act, and what is gonna symbolize them. I slowly paved my way through it by recalling and merging stories that I've experienced and felt into like one, and created Ore out of them. Both writing and sketching helped me get to this point. Writing helped me explore my ideas, while sketching helped me narrow them down or make them more concrete. If I had to describe the emotions he evokes, he really gives me this feeling of like fucking passion burning inside of me and fire and like just like cooking, you know? I'm really happy for how he's turning out as a character, especially since it's my first time trying to make one. I especially loved painting the small illustration where he winks and he's like putting his boxing glove on. He's really like a cutie patootie, bro. No questions about it. I also liked the last illustration. It's really a chill night vibe. I also incidentally made multiple illustrations of him in the night, more than I like to recognize. Generally fucking jobless, bro. Like, this guy does not know what a sleep schedule is or how to put the phone down, bro. Unless he's playing MMA, of course. Then he's locked in. Also, the part with him drinking Monster is a slight self-insert, but I found a really good reference, so I genuinely couldn't help it. Now, to sum up what I learned about character design by trying it for the first time, it's that complex characters are built on simple foundations. You start by giving them a quirk and then branch out like a tree onto what else could be possible. I also try to think pretty far in the future as to like, what if I created a manga out of this unorganized goofball's journey, you know? But as I'm somewhat more of an illustrator, it's gonna be one hell of a journey trying to dish out panels on panels quick enough. As on why this video is releasing 1 month after the last I've been taking part in an art competition that's been eating up like massive chunks of my time. But thankfully the results are coming up really soon. And I'm really excited to tell y'all I'm gonna win it no matter what. Comment if you feel like you have ideas for topics I could talk about. And definitely check out my last video, which got left behind by the algorithm with 6'7" kid in 2025.